Howdy, I'm Brian. Welcome to my channel where I share animated Oklahoma stories. I'm going to tell you about 5 times when H.P. Lovecraft's unique brand of cosmological horror intersected with the state of Oklahoma. Links to these stories are in the description below. Lovecraft is Missing. This is a webcomic by Oklahoman and Emmy Award-winning animation professional Larry Latham. The story follows the macabre adventures of a writer from Hard Luck, Oklahoma, a gun-toting lady librarian, and a gun-toting priest who are trying to save the world from unspeakable horrors. But first they have to find H.P. Lovecraft. He's missing. Latham left Oklahoma for a career directing and storyboarding major cartoons such as The Smurfs, GoBots, Tailspin, The Tick, and many others. Later in life, he returned to Oklahoma to take up teaching, and in 2008 started writing and drawing his webcomic. Unfortunately, he passed away before finishing the series. The Curse of Yig. Originally published in Weird Tales magazine, this short story describes the struggles of 2 early pioneers in Oklahoma Territory who settled near the site of Binger in 1889. They run afoul of one of the great old ones, the one called Yig, father of serpents. This story involves rattlesnakes and includes a visit to an insane asylum in Guthrie. The location of Binger, a local Wichita elder, and Yig all return in the next story. The Mound. Written in 1930 but published a decade later in Weird Tales magazine, this novella describes an extensive subterranean blue-lit realm underneath our own, where the buildings are made of gold and the inhabitants entertain themselves with bizarre tortures and fiendish pleasures. It delves deeper, describing a red-lit world further below that was enslaved, and a realm even deeper still where the inhabitants traveled in troughs and were described as amorphous lumps of viscous black slime that took temporary shapes for various purposes. The story explains that one portal to this blue-lit realm is on top of one of the strange mounds near Binger, Oklahoma, where a ghostly headless woman with a blue torch is said to stand watch. The inspiration for this may be Mound Valley west of Oklahoma City, home to Dead Woman's Mound and others. A surveyor in 1874 described one as resembling the ruins of an ancient city. Not far to the southwest is Ghost Mound, with stories about a light glowing on the top. Ghost Mound has a history of attracting spiritualist mediums and gold hunters. This story provides an extensive lesson in Lovecraft mythology, but also provides a fantasy explanation for a real historical event. In 1541, the Spanish explorer Coronado followed a native guide nicknamed El Turco across Oklahoma to the Wichita villages in Kansas, believing his claims that there was gold and silver there. El Turco was garroted when they only found villages of grass houses. This story says that the gold he described did exist, down in the subterranean, blue-lit realm. Lovecraft Country. This 2020 HBO series about a black family dealing with a supernatural birthright was based on the novel of the same name by Matt Ruff. It dealt with drama, magic, monsters, and racism. The Oklahoma connection revolves around the family's past in Tulsa, and one episode vividly depicts that city's horrible tragedy. For many people, their first introduction to the Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921 was through this show, which is a fairly weird show, or through Watchmen, also on HBO, and also a pretty weird show. Lovecraft Country was canceled after 1 season. The final story I'll mention is Azathoth of the Paseo. This was a real-life incident. In 2013, a concrete and bronze monument appeared overnight, declaring that the area had been claimed in the name of the elder god Azathoth, of whom it is said,
"Outside the ordered universe is that amorphous blight of nethermost confusion which blasphemes and bubbles at the center of all infinity, the boundless daemon Sultan Azathoth, whose name no lips dare speak aloud, and who gnaws hungrily in inconceivable unlighted chambers beyond time and space amidst the muffled maddening beating of vile drums and the thin monotonous whine of accursed flutes."
It appeared outside the Paseo Grill restaurant in Oklahoma City. Many people instantly assumed it was an art piece because it was in the Paseo Arts District, while others thought it was something not to mess with. It was described as 3 feet tall and weighing 300 pounds. It soon had its own Facebook page. The monument read, "In the year of our Lord 2012, Creer Peepee claimed this land for Azathoth. Then as mysteriously as it appeared, it disappeared. A piece of wood appeared in its place. Then a painting with a dinosaur showed up. It was confusing." The monument did reappear in a different location, on the opposite side of the building, in front of a woman's clothing boutique. It was revealed that the person originally responsible was an artist named Eric Piper, which was an obvious anagram of Creer Peepee. He explained the art project in an interview. I'll put a link to that and to all of these stories in the description below. If you want to see more content like this, hit the like button, consider subscribing. Happy Halloween!